Omicron is significantly more transmissible than previous variants, and we estimate its R number is well above 3. Cases increased by more than 50% in the past week, from over 3,500 a day on average to almost 5,500 a day. So let me now set out the steps we all need to take. Firstly, though, let me stress we are not changing the advice for Christmas that I set out last week. It is important that with just a few days to go, there is certainty about family gatherings on Christmas Day and Boxing Day. I am not asking anyone to change these. However, and I can't stress this enough, please do follow advice to keep family celebrations as safe as possible. Keep gatherings as small as your family circumstances allow. Make sure everyone does a test shortly before getting together. Anyone who tests positive should not mix with others. And given how infectious Omicron is, you should assume that if one member of a household is positive, the others are likely to be so too. Follow hygiene advice and keep windows open. And crucially, between now and Christmas Day, cut your contacts with people in other households as much as possible. Minimise socialising with others, either at home or in indoor public places. Indeed, stay at home as much as is feasible. From the 27th of December, as we come out of the Christmas weekend, and at least until the end of the first week in January, when we will review this advice again, please go back to limiting your contacts as much as you possibly can. Please stay at home as much as is feasible. When you do go out, maintain physical distancing from people not in your own group. And difficult though it is, please follow this advice over New Year. Minimise Hogmanay socialising as much as you can. If we all follow the advice to minimise the contact we have outside our own households, we will help limit the spread of infections. So first, from the 26th of December, inclusive of that date, for a period of up to 3 weeks, we intend to place limits on the size of live public events that can take place. This does not apply, let me stress, to private life events such as weddings. For indoor standing events, the limit will be 100. For indoor seated events, it will be 200. And for outdoor events, 500 seated or standing. Physical distancing of 1 metre will be required at events that go ahead within these limits. This will, of course, make sports matches, including football, effectively spectator-free over this 3-week period, a situation similar to that in Wales from Boxing Day. And it will also mean, unfortunately, that large-scale Hogmanay celebrations, including that planned here in our capital city, will not proceed. I know how disappointing this will be for those looking forward to these events and for the organisers of them. But I want to underline why we think this difficult decision is necessary. Firstly, we know that the much higher transmissibility of Omicron means large gatherings have the potential to become very rapid super-spreader events, putting large numbers at risk of getting infected very quickly. Limiting these events helps reduce the risk of widespread transmission. Second, we intend to issue guidance to the effect that non-professional indoor contact sports for adults should not take place during up to a 3-week period from 26 December. This is because these activities where physical distancing is not possible also create a heightened risk of transmission. And finally, from the 27th of December, again for up to 3 weeks, we intend to introduce some further protections in hospitality settings and other indoor public places to reduce transmission risk in what are, through no fault of those who run such venues, higher risk environments. I can confirm that a requirement for table service only will be reintroduced for venues serving alcohol for consumption on the premises, and we will also ask indoor hospitality and leisure venues to ensure 1 metre distance, not within but between groups of people who are attending together. And we will continue to advise, as I set out last week, people that if they are attending indoor hospitality or leisure venues, and remember our code advice remains to minimise this, there should be no more than 3 households represented in any group.